Hello folks, I'm taking another sortie into the woods looking for new species of tree. I'm hanging out with some ashes, some green ash, and some elms that are looking fairly healthy. No ash borer, no Dutch elm disease. Look at that elm. It's healthy all the way to the top. And there's another elm right there. Can't see it. Back behind me as well. And there's lots of ash in this field. And black cherry, but mostly ash, green ash. There's a willow over there. I don't know if you can see that. Let me turn it around. There's a willow on the field line over there. I want to go see if I can find any little willows. So I'll take a walk over there. We got this green ash in the middle of the field, Fraxinus pennsylvanica. And it's got this Virginia creeper. It's got a Latin name that I can't pronounce. Something Parthenosis quinquefolia. That's the name of the Virginia creeper. That looks like that currant or grape or serviceberry growing all over. It's choking this tree. So I'm going to add this ash to the list of trees that need my TLC. So we got the elm, the ancient green ash in the grove, and this one. So let's keep going. There seems to be an apple tree next to that willow that I'm heading for. Let's go. So I'm making my way across this sea of goldenrod and Canadian blue joint and American currant and meadowsweet, etc., etc. We're almost there. Here I am at the base of this Salix babylonica, the weeping willow. This stereotype willow. This looks like it's been attacked by some sort of pest. I'm not sure which does those linear holes there, but it seems to be shrugging it off. It's only got a few limbs that have died back. Then that apple tree. Let's talk about that apple tree. It is pumila, so it's domesticated. Not one blessed apple on there. No sign of any apple. None. Did it not flower? Maybe that's what happened? Not sure what happened with that apple tree. If you know, please put it in the comments. I'd like to know what happened. As I was walking along the field line, I came across this more mature field birch or white birch, gray birch, whatever you want to call it. Scientifically, I don't recall it. So yeah, Betula populiflorea. That's what this is called. It's definitely a birch endemic to the northeast United States, North America. Got quite the root system going on there, exposed. Pretty cool. Gets pretty wet if it rains pretty heavy here on the field. This is where the field runs off. Just walking down this rough country lane in the field and came across these two ash. I'm assuming they could actually be a pretty good bonsai mother and daughter arrangement. Got a lot of ramification going on there. Food for thought. Always inspiring to take a walk on the farm here. Let's get deeper into the woods. There's another example of the Salix family. That's the Salix bibiana. That's the Beb's willow. It's actually got, I don't know if you can see it from here, it's got a really big trunk. I don't want to risk going through all the prairie rose and raspberry thicket to get to it, but let me see if I can't find a better angle for that. But yeah, this is a solid trunk for that Beb's willow. Usually it grows like an alder, like multi-trunks, all over the place, chaos. That's an alder right there. The Beb's willow grows like alder, so seeing it in a single trunk form like that is pretty cool. So here's another representative, actually two representatives of the Salix family, another type of willow. This is Salix caroliana. That's what that's called. So that's also known as the swamp willow. It's in the creek bed, so that makes sense. Made my way to the backfield. This is where we go into the forest. Guess where the creek bed is, down that way. And there's that trail I blazed last week into the grove. The big old tree is behind that wall of trees there, the old ash tree. So that's where we're going next. So while doing another assessment of the walking trail, I came across some saplings that I had liberated from the undergrowth, the brush. And in quick glance, I thought this was a green ash, a pennsylvanica, Fraxinus pennsylvanica. This is actually white ash. This is Fraxinus americana. And the one next to it, this is actually green ash. This is Fraxinus pennsylvanica. You can tell because there's stems in between the leaves. There's a stem section there. See how we got these little stemmy bits right there between the main part of the leaf and the leaflet? That's a good indicator that you're not looking at an ash. A white ash, that's very non-existent, and also on a black ash. Green ash, you'll definitely see that. So I'm in the woods now, and this is that apple tree I told you guys last time I would try and sample and let you know how it was. I just did, and it was quite sweet, but I'm going to do it again on camera. It's quite an old apple tree. We have one golden color apple here. It kind of looks like a mini golden delicious, so it's definitely a crab apple. So let's give it a try. So that's that little crab apple. I'll let you know how that tastes. Here goes nothing. A little tart and sweet. Most like most crab apples, let's be real. So just on the other side of that Moro honeysuckle, which is this plant right here, don't eat the berries, is that ancient ash, the older ash, which is responsible for most of the Fraxinus pennsylvanica around here, if I had to guess. So I'm headed that way now. Through the woods we go. I'm the size of a moose, so getting through the woods is a little difficult. Especially if you got anything in tow, like I do. There we go. We're getting there. Just gotta be careful. They got these limbs above our heads. Hanging. Some of them are broken, like this one here. But we've been here before. Just wanted to have the newcomers take a look at this old beat up tree. It's been here forever. Oh yeah. Down the path we go. Looking for yellow birch this time and some significant black ash. We didn't see much black ash last time. We need to see if we can't find a nice Yamadori of black ash. It's probably the rarest of the black ash or the Fraxinus genus on the continent. So much life around here. Most of what you see here is green ash. The black ash starts over there. Here's my first Fraxinus nigra or black ash. It's got a long root there. Got an L shape because of the heavy snow loads here in northern Maine. See this cork bark? There's a regular ash, green ash behind it. Notice the difference in the bark. So that's Fraxinus pennsylvanica, green ash, and this is Fraxinus nigra or black ash. And their leaves are very similar, although looks like the black ash is checking out early this year. We have a hazelnut here, a beaked hazelnut. You can tell by its very large, distinct leaves. It's got a very nice structure. I like to definitely bonsai one of these. I like how it ramifies on itself naturally. But this one here isn't ready. It could be cut back, or we'll see what else we can find. Let's keep going. Here we have Fraxinus americana, or white ash. Growing pretty straight there. Nice like orangey kind of leaf. And to the right you got the black ash canopy. See how the leaves are more larger, more spread out, bipennate leaves almost. And the bark, of course, the texture is different. But the texture of the white ash and the green ash are pretty similar, just like their leaf structures are very similar. The one that has the most different leaves are the black ash. You can see, look how spread out those leaves are compared to the ones there. The two white ashes. There's also a white ash there. Is that one over there? That could be that's a black ash there in the full sun. It's pretty. This is pretty crazy roots down here. We have a small beaked hazelnut, and then a young black ash, and then a mature black ash behind it with a root shoot going out there. Man, look at that texture. I never get tired of looking at the black ash. All puns intended, I guess. Oh man. How tall do you think that is? 80 feet? Honorable mention to the right though I don't overlook it, is this monster eastern white pine, or Venus strobus. It's a very healthy specimen. Very large trunk, very straight trunk. Credit to its species. Alright, there's one black ash. And I believe there's a second little seedling there at the base of this one. So we got two, well, we got the black ash right here, the big one. And we have at least 3 or 4 seedlings, the Yamadori candidates. I mean, the trunk really isn't that big on this one, but a black ash is supposed to be tall and straight and then fork up, so you could get off with a taller bonsai. That's how I would display it naturally. Let's see. Let's keep looking though. We'll come back if this is the only good spot to find the black ash. Oh my God! What is this? What is this? Is this Ulmus pumila? Look at this. What is this? Attached by one little root. That's crazy. Okay. I just did a verification on this. This is not a Siberian elm. This is witch's elm. Okay. This is a cork elm. I guess it's North American cork elm. I gotta take this. So I have the Ulmus alata, or the winged elm, or the witch's elm, taken out of the ground. It apparently was just laying on its side for a while there, until I came along and spotted its leaf structure and thought it was a Siberian elm. So let's get that potted up. All right, I just got back from the woods and I brought this winged elm, also known as Ulmus alata, also known as the witch elm in the United States. Not W-Y-C-H, that's the Irish endemic elm. This is the witch, like in, the ride the broom kind elm. That's just one of the slang words. But Ulmus alata, it's 700 miles away from its habitat. I don't know how it got here. Didn't see any others more mature species around. So you have me why it's here. Did a bird probably get it? Because elm seeds, they're air dispersed. They float. They go large distances. So perhaps a bird brought it with it, and it just got deposited. This can't be more than a couple years old. So it survived a few Maine winters. Surprising, because again, you don't see these north of the Columbus River Valley. So you don't see it above Virginia. You don't see it past southern Illinois. You don't see it past Missouri, etc. You understand. So I got this old, I believe this is a reservoir, an oil reservoir from an old piece of farm equipment. And I'm going to pack that with, I coiled that really long root in there. I'm going to pack that with soil and just give it water and let it just stay dormant in this. So at the very least, even if it doesn't become a bonsai, I can take cuttings off this and make future, witch hazel or winged, not witch hazel, sorry, witch elm or winged elm, because it does have like a cork-like quality. It has these like cork-like growths along the branches as it matures. In its youth, it doesn't. So which makes me think this isn't more than a couple years old, because I don't really see that here anywhere. But it definitely has the indicative long, oblong, serrated leaf of that particular species. So let me get it potted up and show you what that looks like. So here it is all coiled into this. I got some old clay rubble and some organic material that I can decompose for next year. This will probably be in its pot until midsummer. We'll see how it grows, if it recovers from this transplanting. I'm going to go ahead and just give it some generic potting soil here. It's got composted material, perlite, some loam, all mixed together. There we go. A healthy amount of that, without spilling it literally everywhere, That's all right. Got a little excited there. I'll have to add more for sure. There we go. Put some in here between the root system and the pan, because that'll be cold. We don't want it to get too cold. Basically, the way I found it in nature, I'm replacing that. Just going back to that. Give it some more of the soil. Pack it in some more. Make sure there's no cavities. You don't want air cavities, because it'll cause mold and other bad things could happen, like root rot. Even though elm is a very strong genus, I actually have high hopes for this. Hopefully I can get it to survive the winter here. I'm going to put it in the greenhouse, an insulated greenhouse, so it won't get the full brunt of winter. It'll be a tempered winter for it. Yeah, I'll give you a 360 on this now. Here's another look at the winged elm. Basically the way I found it, it was just laying on rocks instead of free hanging like that. That way I can support that what's left of the root system. It wasn't a very strong root system, but again, this will be a good candidate even if it doesn't become a bonsai for cutting, so we can propagate the species since it's the only one I've found in the woods. All right, well, thanks for coming on that adventure today into the field and then into the woods. It was exciting to find this unique species in the woods, and it was good to find more black ash. And hopefully tomorrow I'll go out again, and we'll find some more Yamadori candidates for black ash, and probably more white ash since we seem to be finding more of those as well. Maybe even we'll find some more salix or willows, and we'll see. But anyway, thanks again. If you liked the video, go ahead and please consider liking and subscribing if you already aren't a subscriber. It's for moral support. And if you have any questions, make sure you put them in the comment section. I'm happy to answer them. And until next time, cheers.